Hello, and thanks for joining me today on Learning Rocks. And if you're like me, you are always looking for a deal on cabbing equipment, lapidary equipment, cutting equipment. And for me, I thought that I had scored big time on this CabKing. Not upset at the price at all, but I just want to warn you. When you're buying used lapidary equipment, a problem that you'll see is the same thing that I ran into, where the wheels that were on it seemed good at the time, and when I got them home and started testing them, realized I'm actually going to have to replace these wheels. I came across some mentions of a company called BALTIC Abrasive. They sell a 4-pack of wheels for your cabbing machine for about $250. So what I'm going to do is take a minute to break these in and see if they're worth the hype, or if you're better off going with the name brand stuff that we all know about. So one thing that it says not to do is to use a sharp rock like this guy here. If you see the edge on this, you got sharp, straight edges. So what they're saying is don't take something like this, sharp edge, and use it to wear down your wheel. You're gonna, kill your abrasive and shorten the life of this thing. This is the rock that I came up with. It's a nice piece of Montana agate. We're gonna go ahead and use that to break everything in, because it's nice and rounded, but it's a super hard rock. So it'll give this thing a little bit of a struggle, but it won't completely kill it. I'm just gonna take a second to grind this down on these two so we have a clean side. Make sure the entire wheel is good and wet before you get going on it. Let me put my safety glasses on. So now we can move to that new wheel that we're trying to get broken in. Here goes nothing. This is the first wheel here. We've got 280. Normally I could touch this wheel and it wouldn't be a problem, but I'm not gonna chance it with all these extra crazy points. I can see a bunch of these pieces of abrasive are coming off already. Now I've hit my finger on this wheel a couple times and hasn't cut me or anything, but I can definitely tell when I hit it. All right, so we got a good start and it's feeling pretty smooth. I think we've worn it down for the most part. Let's go ahead and shut it off and we'll check and see where we're at. You always want to make sure you're using water on these. I think for the most part, if you're watching this, you probably know how a cab machine works. But if this is your first time, you always want to use water on these. So you can see how much more aggressive and pointed those are compared to where we're at with this one. We've rounded it down pretty good. I think I'm pretty happy with where we're at there. So I say let's move to the 600. Got to make sure we get our water turned on. With this CabKing model, it comes with a little shield. If it doesn't, even if it does, you still want to wear your safety glasses, because there's a lot of stuff that comes flying off of these wheels as you're breaking them in. I think we're looking pretty good. I could have spent some more time cleaning it up, but since this is just a break-in video, we'll just go with what we got here. Now, before I get onto this side that I've been shining, I'm gonna just knock some of the points off on this rougher back side, just to break it in a little bit. All of this red stuff here, that's been knocked off of this. So that's why you want to make sure you're wearing your glasses. That is the 600 grit wheel. Got just some slight little marks in there, but I mean, we knew this edge wasn't going to be perfect anyways. We're just breaking this thing in, but I think we're pretty good on that wheel and can move on to the next one. Okay, we're gonna start on the back rough side again to just knock these edges off. That's feeling better. I think we're getting there. I'm gonna go start knocking them off this last polishing wheel here. Nice. Okay, that cleaned up pretty good. If I was actually taking the time to get a perfect shine on this, I would go back a couple stages. But I think we're officially got our wheels broken in. So there you have it. Took me maybe about an hour to get through all of the wheels and get them nice and smooth. I don't really need these anymore. I'm pretty happy with these things so far for 250 bucks. I mean, they perform as well as the other wheels that I've used. I don't see any difference. The break-in period was not that difficult. And really, it took me a lot longer than it needed to. If I had just taken the rock and just ground each one down, I probably could have had this whole thing done in, 15, 20 minutes, but I wanted to play around with it and just kind of see what results I was getting as I went. So since filming this, I've had a chance to play around with these wheels and I've gotten some really good results. I'm happy with the way these have turned out. A couple of these from Somerville, Georgia, from the rock quarry, little crazy lace stuff. A little bit of practice with making flat surfaces on the wheels with that one. And this one was kind of fun. You got that nice sparkly quartz on the outside and a little bit of banding on the inside. No idea what this one is, but it turned out really nice. If you know what that is, let me know. This was kind of cool, little geode. It's still full of grit I need to clean out, but all of the rock came off of the outside, so I just kind of cleaned up the outside. And this was the first slab piece that we cut with our slab saw, and it got much better shine on that. Could be better. There's still a couple of bumps on the wheels that I can see, but I'm not going to nitpick them. I'm sure that after I use them a little bit longer, they'll smooth out even more. So if you're looking for a cheap way to get your cabbing machine back on the road and up and running, these wheels, these BALTIC abrasives wheels, great wheels. Like I said, this isn't sponsored. I don't have any sponsors. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I don't really see a difference between these and the big boys. They seem to work well. I guess time will tell how well they work and for how long. This is the 6-inch CabKing, but I believe they make them for the 8 inches as well. And it's not just for the CabKing, they just go by the arbor size. The rod that goes into the hole on the wheel itself, that's your arbor. So all you need to do is measure your arbor width and make sure that the wheel can fit on it and you're good. Appreciate you watching this and I hope you liked it. And if you did, then I got more. You can go check them out. If you didn't, then I don't know why you're still watching this. You must be really bored, but hey, thanks anyways. I hope you all have a great day and we'll see you next time.